Hello everyone and welcome to Van Tech Corner. In this video, we are going to configure VPN policy routing on OpenWRT. There are several video tutorials and documentation regarding this topic. However, in this video, we will take a closer look on how the custom routing works, and we will try to create two simple scenarios so that we can set up the VPN routing on our own. Alright, so this is the network diagram. This is a very basic network diagram, and in this setup, this is my OpenWRT routers. So this is my LAN devices, a PC and a Raspberry Pi 4. Okay, so by default, all of your network packets or the traffic is going to the one interface, either it is PPPoE or DHCP, and then it go to the modems or the gateway routers, and from that go to the internet service providers and go to the internet. So once we create a VPN connection, for example Wireguard connection, we are connecting to our VPN server somewhere on the internet. In the default configurations of the VPN, all the network traffic from your LAN device will be routed to the VPN tunnels and go to the VPN server. And from this VPN server, it is going out to the internet. In this video, we are using the Habanero development kit from a device, and I have set up a VPN connection. We are using Wireguard because it had a higher throughput. With the default setup of Wireguard VPN, when we turn this one on and we set the allow IP address to 0.0.0.0/0, all of the package, all of the network traffic will be routed to the tunnel. So if you have yet to set up your VPN connection, you can check out the video which I will put under the video description. So after we got our VPN connection up and running, just like this one, we have the VPN connection and all the network packets go to the tunnel. Then we need to install another packet called VPN policy routing. In order to install the package, you can go to System and Software. So right here, we need to click the Update List. And after you click Update List, we need to install two packages. One is VPN policy routing for the core application, and then luci-app-vpn-policy-routing to configure it from LuCI. So after you successfully install those two packages, please do a reboot of the routers or restart the network service and log back into LuCI, and you should see this VPN policy routing. So now let's me walk you through what is the configuration that we have on the app. Okay, so the service stated is running. If it is not running, you need to click the enable to enable it and maybe start or reload. So right here, the service gateway, which is the default gateway where all the network traffic is passing by if there is no rules created, is the Wireguard. Okay, so the basic configuration, just some of the basic things, and for this one, we don't touch it. With policies, everything is straightforward. We can configure the routing based on the IP address or the port. For example, I want my Raspberry Pi 4 go out to the internet by the one interface, not the Wireguard default gateway. So I can do something like Pi 4, something like that, and the local address and device, we can put our IP address of the Raspberry Pi 4, which is this one, 192.168.1.100, 192.168.1.100. So I don't want to specify a port or remote port, so I will leave everything default. The protocol, auto, I select all protocol. You can select the protocol that you want and the remote address and port as well. So this is the chains. We have some of the chains, for example, rerouting, forward input and output. So if you're not sure which one you should select, you can go and check out the OpenWRT firewall. Okay, so in this case, let's try to use the rerouting, and then it's go out to internet by the one interface. So okay, let's do that, and then click Save and Apply. let's do a try route to google.com from my PC. At the same time, let me establish the SSH connection to the Raspberry Pi 4. Alright, so try route google.com. So with the PC, we can see that the traffic goes from the PC to the OpenWRT router, which is the Habanero development kit. And from that, it goes out to the internet via the VPN tuner, which is the Wireguard interface 10.66.66.1. However, for the Raspberry Pi 4, it's go to Habanero development kit 192.168.1.1 and then go out to the internet via the WAN interface. So with policy, you can specify your IP address or the remote IP address, protocol, and port, and change. Okay, so let's move on. For DSCP tagging, I will not talk about it, and you can read more in this documentation. But what I will do is focus on the custom user file. So right here we have two example file. This one is a custom file for Netflix, and this one is a custom file for AWS. Alright, so you can do the SSH connection to the routers and have a check what the device looks like. So let's do that. Alright, so let's check the file. So cat, enter. Alright, so we can see that this is our files, and the source is from this one. Okay, so the target IP set. This is the interface where we want to customize the routing for these rules or this user file. And here is the ASN. So AS stands for Autonomous System, is a collection of connected IPs routing prefix. So we can say it shortly that this is a list of IP address or IP. So in short, AS is a list of IP addresses or IP prefix. But this term is mainly used for BGP routing, so we are not talking about it in this video. We can see that it defines the AS numbers of Netflix and then get the IP address from there. Alright, and it saves the files in this folder, and from that it is going to run some rules in the background to do the custom routing. So I have tried with this AS custom routing and I can see that it doesn't work as expected. So I have to do a new way, which is doing the custom routing with IP list. Alright, so now let's have a check how the AS looks like. So 2960, let me just copy this one and then open it. 2906. Okay, hit enter. And we can see that this is AS2906 Netflix streaming service INC, and this is the IP address range. So we have a list of IP address like that. Normally, big provider, for example, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or ISP, we have a different AS number. For example, Facebook have 2 AS, and you can find the information from here. So Facebook, according to their peering website, they have 2 AS number. Netflix also have 1 or 2. So from this AS number, we can get a list of IP address. So this is how I do it. I just copy everything and then go to Excel, paste everything in, and then remove the hyperlink and copy them and paste to Notepad. So I got a file like this, and I'm going to use this IP address file for the custom routing. Here I have prepared the Facebook IP address list and the VN IP address list. Normally, if you visit your network information center in your country, you will have an IP address list of all of the IP address in your country, and you can use it for custom routing as well. Okay, so this is the vpn-policy-routing.user file that I'm going to use for custom routing. So make sure you download this file to your routers or to your PC either with the download zip file or with the git command directly to your router. In this video, I have downloaded every file that I have here, and then I'm going to use a WinSCP program to upload those files to my router. So the connection is very simple. You just need to open the app. It's a free way, so you can just download and install it. And then on the file protocol, it is SCP, your IP address, the username is root, and your router password, and click login. So after that, this is your router. So let's navigate to etc, and then we are going to upload our file. So the first one is Facebook IP list, VN IP list, and this VPN policy routing user. So let's upload them all to this folder. So now we have everything ready, and let's do the specific configuration. The first scenario, I want that all of the traffic will be routed to the one interface to the internet. Only Facebook traffic will be routed to the VPN tuner. So let me put it down right here. Okay, so Facebook traffic VPN tuner. Alright, so the normal traffic go to the one interface as usual, and the Facebook traffic go to internet via the VPN tuner. Alright, so let's go back to WinSCP. So beside WinSCP, you can use PowerShell, CMDs, or SSH to modify the file. But I'm going to use WinSCP because this video is aimed for beginners who are new to OpenWRT. So I will do everything step by step. So let me rename the file first. I will put it maybe facebook.user, hit enter, and click the edit button. Alright, so target IP set, your one interface, so it will be the Wireguard interface. For my case, I have created the VPN tuner, the Wireguard interface at WG, so I'm going to use WG. But in your case, it may be different, so please check it out. The target file name, so this is the link to your IP list. And here it should be /etc and then /Facebook_IP.list. And then Ctrl S to save the file and close it. Click the add button, and then for this one, copy and paste it and rename it to Facebook, which is our custom file, and hit save. So the new user input file has been accepted. If there's something wrong with either the file or with your IP list, there will be an error message from here. So we can see that the custom routing is activated, but the default gateway is still the Wireguard interface. So we need to remove that. Let's go to Network, Interfaces, Edit, and then go to the Peer and untick the root allow IP, which will turn the default gateway to the one interface, and click Save and Apply. Alright, so let me restart the VPN tuner as well. I just want to make sure that we reset the statistics so we can try from the beginning. Let's wait for the connection to establish first. Is ready? Okay, so let's try. Let me open speedtest.net. Alright, we're having trouble finding your site. So I think the network service is still not restarted. So let me run the SSH command, service network restart. Okay. Oh, service network restart, and wait for the router to get ready. Alright, it is ready. So let's go to VPN and VPN policy routings and have a check. The service is solved. Let's refresh the page. It is running right now, and the default gateway is our WAN interface. This is a good sign. So I believe right now all of the connection is ready, and let's test them all. So how do we test that? Well, let me run vmon. And you can see from here is the WAN interface, which is the default gateway, and this is the Wireguard interface. So let's open speed test application. And let's see. Alright, so Viettel, this is a local ISP and it detects a local hot, which means the traffic it go to the internet with the WAN interface. So let's run the speed test. Alright, you can see that the traffic is passing by the Ethernet WAN. So that's good. So let me open speedtest.net right here. And for sure we can see that this is a Vietnamese IP address and the Vietnamese server. So if we go to whatismyip.com, it is a Vietnam IP address, which means it is a good site. Alright, however, if I go to facebook.com, right now the video is playing in the background, and let's check the vmon. Okay, so let me clear them all and run vmon p and then wg. So we can see that Facebook traffic is going out to the internet via the Wireguard VPN tunnels, and everything is working as expected. And then for the second scenarios, we want to route all of the traffic, go to VPN tunnel, and then only Vietnam's local traffic to the WAN interface. Alright, so traffic from Vietnam, from my local country, will go to the default WAN interface, and traffic from all the countries to all the destinations on the world will be go out via the VPN tunnel. So let's do that. Let's go to Habanero development kit, and then for now we want to enable this allow routed IP because we want to force all of the traffic go out from the VPN tunnels. Save and apply for sure. And then let's back to WinSCP. We are going to need a second rule, so let's upload the file. Let me rename it to vn.users and edit it. So for the target IP set, it will be 1, and then this is the list to the IP list. So /etc/vn_ip.list and save it, and then close it. So let's go back to VPN-policy-routing, and then we are going to disable these rules and create another rule. So it will be vn.users. Click save and apply, and that's all. Okay. Alright, so we can see that the service gateway is still the WAN interface. Perhaps we need to restart the network service one more time. The default gateway is now the Wireguard interface, and the WAN interface is right here. So let's test them all. First of all, let's go to whatismyip.com, and we should have Singapore IP address. Okay, so for speedtest.net, we should be showing up as VULTR as well. It is a little bit slow, but it's working anyway, so let's be patient. Right now, we can see that speedtest.net has detects our public IP address as DITRAPAS or VULTR. However, it seems that we have some connection problem. Maybe this is nighttime in my countries and the traffic to the world is a little bit slow. So let's try with speedtest.vn, which is a Vietnamese speed test website. For speedtest.vn, I expect my IP address will be Vietnam. Alright, so Viettel, which is good. Let's run it. Alright, so the video is being played in the background, as you can see right here. And let's check the mode. So let me clear this one and run bmon. And then let's go to Wireguard. Okay, so the traffic is passing by the Wireguard interface. Okay, as you can see from here. So how about a Vietnam's IP address? So if we go to vnexpress.net, which is a Vietnamese newspaper website in my country, and let me try to place a video. So I have placed a video in my local countries, and as you can see, the network traffic is passing by the one interface. And yep, we can see that the traffic is passing by the one interface, and everything is working as expected. So that's all for this videos, and I hope it can help you to do some custom configuration on your own. So this is a very simple project that I have created on GitHub, where I have the Facebook_IP list and Vietnam_IP list and this VPN policy routing user file. So maybe I will update the IP address list for Malaysia, Singapore, and other countries if I can find it here. And if you have some information about IP addresses or IP range for a certain country or service provider, please share with us. Before we end the video, let's have a check on the VPN policy routing again. Because we can add different policies or different custom user file, we have a certain priority. And if you want the priority to be focused and apply first for the firewalls for the routing table, you need to move it up. And the same thing for the policy. So make sure you configure everything correctly. That's all. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.